we're ready to call our education committee meeting to order. We do have a quorum. I think Mr. Bernard is not here unless he's on his way. If something y'all know, I don't. Hope you've had an opportunity to go over the minutes and read them. If there are any deletions, corrections,
Motion to approve.
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same like sign. We do not have any budget amendments to consider. We're not gonna ask for any votes, and we're not gonna take any. I just wanted Dr. Wright to give us an update. Seems like a lot of people are concerned that we haven't had an education meeting. But if there's no reason to meet, we don't. So with that being said, instead of all of us getting different answers from Dr. Wright or Mr. Hall, I decided to start having a monthly meeting so everybody can be on the same page, same time. So with that, Dr. Wright?
Well, I've got a brief report because again, it feels like we've dominated most of the meetings and so it's, I would think that's a little bit of a break too.
Thank you.
And again, and you know, we started this a while back and then, you know, again, it was becoming much of a repeat that what I would present to the education committee was also what you would get at the regular meeting as well. And so again, it's not, you know, as we're winding down for the holidays, and I've already been informed by one little middle school boy that, not to let it snow during Christmas, because that is a wasted day. And I didn't quite, I was a slow on the take, but what he was saying as far as, you know, it's gotta snow while we're in school so he can get out. So anyway, I'm supposed to laugh at that, but, you know. Okay. Fall testing, and that's the state EOCs, which are the intercourse tests for high schools. It opened up on the 26th. We're wrapping it up now. There's not been any of the historical glitches that we've experienced. It's always been newsworthy, but it never happens on that fall because it's limited high school testing. The thing that'll be interesting as far as when everyone goes online this spring, elementary, middle, and high, but also when East Tennessee starts an hour earlier, and then Tennessee and West Tennessee picks in, so we'll see. So fall has never been a break or something that's been an issue with the testing. Something to really be proud of, with Tennessee Promise, Tennessee Achieves, it's the idea of students accessing college, and many of them being first generation, being able to navigate that kind of thing. And so about 3 years ago, the governor's office launched a program as far as getting mentors for students, that they would go through the process their senior year of going through FAFSA, all the things that they would need to get ready for college. And then also, you know, community services thrown in, so there's some skin in the game, because essentially in Tennessee, if you go through the resource they have in place, make a 21 or better on the ACT, you can more or less go to college 2 years or 4 years, essentially free in this state. And so many of the districts around the state are struggling on getting the mentors. The first year it was good for everyone. The novelty was there, and then, but what's happened, states, the districts are really lagging, except we are one of 20 out of 149, well, with counting just the high schools, about 140 school districts. We're one of 20 that's met 100% goal. We have someone for every student that's going to go through the process for Achieve, so that's huge. I want to brag on high school football, and for those of you that pay attention to, and this is really big stuff, particularly when you look at Watertown and Mount Juliet High School, and I always consider the weather leading up to that because it was also the Soup Bowl for both games. We'd had the monsoons and that kind of thing. Watertown played off with Trousdale, did remarkably well considering, you know, the conditions. But Mount Juliet High School, very little was given thought because who they went up against was Oakland, which ended up being the state champs in their division. They played in 14-7. Well, after they beat Mount Juliet, they went against Maryville Rebels, East Tennessee, and they are the perennials. I mean, they're just a powerhouse, but then they tend to work really, really hard at it. Oakland beat them, you know, I think it was 38-zip. Then they went on to play Whitehaven, and again, they blanked them out. So the thing is that when you look at Mount Juliet, they played a ball game. They played a ball game, and so that's one of those things I like to really place out there. We've named the new principal for Gladeville Middle School. The new one that'll open August 2020 is Bethany Wilson. We had a panel interview and went through multiple rounds, and she is the selection there. She'll start on January the 3rd. Dr. Donna Schaefer has accepted the position of principal at Watertown Elementary. Again, we went through multiple interviews, and Angie Pulley, as we know her, is going to be the assistant principal. So that's congratulations to them. And then what you have there in front of you are the just the reminders that we send out to everyone. Flu shots. If you've got the flu is making the rounds, we're seeing flu in the schools, pneumonia, and strep. And so we're urging everyone there. And then more or less that we will be winding it down December 24th through January 7th. Kids come back January the 8th and start it all over again. And we've now completed 18 weeks of school.
Okay.
So if anyone on the committee have any questions, please ask now. I'm opening the door for questions, starting at the table.
I have a question. On the Tennessee Promise, is it 21.0 is the minimum ACT to get in?
The gate is to access the Hope Scholarship is a 21.
The Hope Scholar. What about the Promise? Is that Tennessee Promise?
The Tennessee Promise, as far as that's an extension, as far as that goes into the 2-year, 4-year college, that's a part of it, but it's also part of the process to get to the 21.
So if I had someone that was less than 21, could they do the 2-year Promise?
They can get yes. Not
Is
the
there a
2-year,
minimum? Is there a minimum there?
It's a different entry level for 2-year technical school.
Right.
So, and that the Promise is really geared towards those first generation
Right.
getting through, and that might not have ever accessed college, and so that's why you have the mentoring.
Right.
So
Okay, and you say we have enough mentors.
we're at 100% right now.
Okay, and the new principals, where, did they come from the teacher staff? Is that where we got them, or did
No,
we?
they were already an administrative staff. Those.
Oh, okay, that's all.
Yeah, but a good question. We have what we at one time called aspiring administrators, and now we've got a principal pipeline. It's one of 9 programs in the state that we start building capacity, tapping out of the teacher ranks and building within. So we're in our 2nd year, going into the
Okay.
3rd year.
Now, I just have one other question. Somebody mentioned to me that when we did the sales tax and we sent out the flyers, we spent $70,000 or somewhere around there. And we got some reimbursed from somebody that donated money. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, but the 70,000 was the total amount for the PR firm.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yes.
And we got money back from somewhere.
And it was a split 50-50, 35 county government, Wilson County
Right.
Schools. And there was a reimbursement, I don't know the details on it, but I think there was $50,000 that came back as a reimbursement to that.
Did that get split evenly?
No, sir, it did not.
Oh, you're not happy about it. Who got the most? The county? I have no idea. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I mean, and you're asking for a reason. It was a 35-15 split.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I need to know. That's
And
neat.
there's more-
Because I've heard rumors, and I just want to verify what's going on.
And then
'Cause you
again,
are
that's the reason
person
why
in
they
the-
have the meetings, because rumors kill the
Yeah, and
will
I
kill a
don't
nation.
want to occupy on, I don't want to,
Well,
I mean, it doesn't really matter anything. I'm just curious.
Well, and there's nothing as far as to sit there and dwell on the rumors or anything, but as far as, we entered into it willingly because the benefit would have been to the school district.
Right.
And unfortunately, it didn't play out as what
It was
we were
close.
hoping. It was close, 2,200 votes. And so, but it wasn't, if anything, as I've heard many people say, if they had known earlier, and they probably would have, because most of that was that early voting, and they'd cast their vote, and as they started learning about the prospects with that, they would have been, they would have thought about it differently, and we've heard that over and over.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Are there any questions from the crowd at this time? Seems like a lot of people have a lot of questions, so at any time, I think each of you should probably have Dr. Wright or Mr. Hall's card, so if you have any questions, please contact them, and let's try to kill the rumors and continue to have Wilson County Schools on a positive note.
Exactly.
Is there anything else?
Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.